All right, today I want to talk to you about something that can completely transform your results when it comes to your workouts, no matter what your current fitness level is. As I was thinking about this training, I was reminded of something that I've seen over and over again. You see, I've been in the fitness and health industry since 2016, and I've coached many people. One-on-one, group setting, online, in person, you name it. And I can't tell you how many people I've met who've been working out consistently 4, 5, 6 days a week for years. They're showing up, they're putting in the time, and they're even putting in some effort, but their body hasn't changed very much. They're not building lean muscle, they're not losing body fat, and they're not even seeing improvements in their strength. Honestly, I would say most people who go to the gym fall into this category. They're showing up, they feel like they're doing all the right things, but they just get frustrated because they're not seeing results. And a lot of times the problem isn't their consistency, it's not even their workout plan. The issue is how they're doing their workouts. They exercise, but they don't train in a way that actually produces results in their life. And because of that, they feel stuck, they get burnt out, and they just quit working out. But here's the good news. That doesn't have to be the case for you. You don't have to fall into the pattern that everybody else falls into. That's why I'm making this video. What you need to do is learn how to train with purpose, and more specifically, how to always finish strong. When you grasp the concept I'm teaching you today and you combine it with great nutrition, your strength will increase, you'll start building lean muscle, your metabolism will begin to function better, and you are going to start seeing results that you have not seen prior to implementing this strategy. Look, when you're doing this, you don't have to be perfect, you don't even have to be the strongest. All you have to do to implement what I'm talking today is give your best, and that's when the change begins to happen. So let's talk about what this is. I like to call this approach to working out the always finish strong mindset. This is how I personally have seen significant results in my workouts and a lot of things that I do. And it's exactly what it sounds like. No matter how you start, no matter how you feel when you're halfway through doing the workout or whatever task you're doing, you always finish stronger than you started. That's the shift that you have to make, and if you make that shift, it will completely transform your results if you do it consistently. When I say finish strong, we're talking about the amount of effort that you're giving inside the workout. And that's why it works for everyone, because no matter what your health and fitness level looks like right now, you can always give your best. If you've never worked out a day in your life, your best might look like a brisk walk or doing some basic body weight movements. If you're an elite athlete, your best might be a full-on sprint or lifting heavier weight than ever before. But no matter where you are, you can always give your best. And when you consistently give your best will become better because you will get better. So now let me give you a simple way of picturing of what your best could actually look like. Here's how I like to break it down. Basically, each of these describes your level of effort. You got easy. This is basically, you're just moving, you're barely putting any effort forward. You got moderate, you're moving with intention, but still pretty comfortable. You got difficult, you're starting to push yourself, breathing a little bit heavier. You're challenging, you're uncomfortable, but what you're doing is still doable. And then you got your all out. This is where you are giving everything you got and not leaving anything left in the tank. Now, the goal with this approach is not to go into your workout at a 10 out of 10 from the very start. What I'm talking about is finishing strong. That means by the end of your set or your round or your total workout, you are going to be peaking out at the very end. So I got two examples I want to go through. Let's approach this as a strength superset style workout. Let's say we got 4 rounds of 40 seconds of shoulder press, 20-second rest, 40 seconds of a Romanian deadlift, and a 20-second rest. If you're following the always finish strong mindset, your effort builds each round. Round 1 may be more of a moderate weight. Round 2 may be a little bit more difficult than your last round. And round 3 may be something challenging, but it's doable. But round 4, that last set should be your hardest set, and it should be uncomfortable. It should essentially be the best you got for that day given that exercise. And that might mean that you don't work the entire time frame. That's okay, because if you gave it your best, you accomplished what we're going after. That's what finishing strong looks like. A saying that I like to remind myself of as I approach that last set is make your last set your best set. Now let's look at a conditioning style workout. Let's say we have 4 rounds of 45 seconds each movement with no rest in between, push-ups, air squats, sit-ups. All right, early in the rounds. You're gonna find a rhythm, you're gonna stay steady as if you're starting off a 5K. You don't start sprinting on a 5K. You start steady and you start strong. But when you get to that final round, that's when you begin to lean in and push the pace, and you make sure you finish stronger than you started. You make your last round your best round. And when you start doing that, you're actually applying the always finish strong mindset to your workouts. Look, growth doesn't happen when things are easy. It happens when you step outside your comfort zone. And when your muscles are challenged, your heart rate is up, and you really challenge yourself. At the end, that's when things start to happen. But here's the amazing thing to remind yourself. That moment of discomfort doesn't last very long. It might be 30 seconds, it might be a minute, but here's the truth. Most people avoid it. And when they avoid that feeling of discomfort, they're actually avoiding the one thing that would help them progress the most. That's where strength is built. That's where lean muscle is developed. And that's how your body, your mindset, and even your life will begin to transform. Most people aren't willing to do this. And that's why most people aren't seeing progress in their fitness and their health. So remember this. Always finish strong, especially if it makes you a little uncomfortable, because that's where the growth happens.